Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is table. T-A-B-L-E.
Really?
You bet your life. The more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
Groucho! Well, what do you know? It's me. Well, here I am again, George. The winter replacement for It Pays to Be Ignorant. This is the 5th year of You Bet Your Life, thanks to the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. We're starting off with $1,000 for one of our couples. Who's first to try for the $1,000?
Well, let's see. We selected some newlyweds from our audience, and here they are. Mr. and Mrs. John Arnold, come in here and meet Groucho Marx.
Well, welcome, youngsters, for the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you find around the house. Newlyweds, eh? Well, congratulations, and I hope you're very happy together.
Thank you very much.
Or even separately. What's your first name, Mrs. Arnold?
Barbara.
Barbara, huh? Are you from Santa Barbara?
No, I'm from Casper, Wyoming.
How long have you two newlyweds been married?
10 weeks and 4 days.
And how old are you, Barbara?
I'm 21.
John, what is your age?
I'm 31.
31. Well, that's just about right. 10 years interval. And where are you from?
I've lived 30 years here in Los Angeles.
And where did you spend the other year?
I spent the other year in Chicago.
Gee. Some people out there from Fond du Lac were applauding. What were you doing, you and John doing when he proposed?
We were working in an opera together, The Marriage of Figaro, put on by the Guild Opera Company.
I mean, when you proposed, you were singing?
No, not quite. No, we were having dinner at a restaurant in Beverly Hills.
Oh, he was eating when he popped the question, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's what he gets for talking with his mouth full. Probably all he said was, please pass the sauerbraten, and you said yes. How did you meet Barbara?
Well, we were rehearsing a couple of roles in The Marriage of Figaro that was...
Oh, what part did you portray in this turkey, in this opera?
Well, I didn't exactly sing any role. I got the measles and didn't get to be in the show at all.
Oh, did you do this purposely? Had you seen the opera and decided that the measles was preferable?
Definitely not. In fact, I was overage, but I couldn't help it.
You got the measles, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, your operatic career has been pretty spotty, huh? John, that's kind of a rash statement, isn't it? Huh? John, how did you happen to get interested in singing?
Well, I was in the glee club at John Marshall High School, and I woke up one morning with a
good idea.
On my vibrato in my voice.
One of the biggest mistakes you can make is not wake up in the morning.
I had a wobble in my voice. No, not a wobble, but a vibrato. And I thought something was wrong. I was losing my voice. Well, I went to my voice teacher at John Marshall High School, and I said, Mr. Sargent, I think there's something wrong with my voice. I've got a wobble in it or something. I don't know what's happening. And he said, well, let me hear you sing. So I ran a few scales, and he immediately pulled out Asleep in the Deep and said, here, sing this. So I did, and from then on, why I sang at all the school functions. Sleep in the Deep, by the way.
You always sang Asleep in the Deep?
Always sang Asleep in the Deep. Nothing else.
You must have been soaking wet a good deal of the time. Why did your teacher pick on Asleep in the Deep?
Well, I had a good low C in my voice when I was in high school, and that being a very low song, I stuck to that.
Can you still hit low C?
I don't think quite. My voice has gone up a couple of notes.
Well, don't feel too badly. Everything has gone up recently. Would you folks like to hear John sing Asleep in the Deep? This audience is in a frame of mind where they listen to anything, John. Well, get going then.
Many brave hearts are asleep in the deep, so beware, beware.
John, that was really beautiful. Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to play You Bet Your Life for a chance at the $1,000 question. But right now, we'd like to tell you something. On our first show, I'd like to thank the folks who remain so loyal to their DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
Yes, Groucho, these folks know that at a DeSoto Plymouth dealer, they'll find the best in new cars, the best in used cars, and the best in service.
And the letters we get prove it. Here's one right here, George. This is from Catherine R. Carolyn of Long Island. George, would you mind reading it? I don't read too well.
All right.
My eyes are not what they used to be.
Miss Carolyn writes, I just want to say that the description given on your show of a DeSoto Plymouth dealer and his service facilities just fits our dealer. His shop is most orderly, and all his cars, even the used ones, are in good condition. He's a most courteous gentleman, and all of the people in the establishment are very polite and helpful. I thought you might enjoy hearing of this. Very truly yours.
Naturally, we like to get letters like this, and from all the other people who have discovered that your DeSoto Plymouth dealer is a good man to do business with.
So why don't you visit your DeSoto Plymouth dealer tomorrow?
And when you do, tell him Groucho sent you. All right, now let's see how you work together as a team. George, explain the rules.
All right, you bet as much of your $20 as you want on each of 4 questions, and the couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the $1,000 question later on in the show.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected food and drink as your category. Here's your first question. How much will you bet?
18.
18. All right. What is the main ingredient of cheese?
Milk.
Milk is right.
Well, you're off to a good start. You have $38.
All right. Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. Now, how much of the... how much have they got?
$38.
$38. How much of the 38 will you bet on your second question?
35.
All right. What vegetable is used in making sauerkraut? Or sauerkraut?
Cabbage.
Cabbage is right.
You're really climbing. You have $73.
Now, here's your third question. How much will you bet?
50.
Oh, no, 60.
Okay, 60.
All right. What is the main ingredient of Welsh rabbit?
Cheese.
Cheese is right.
You have $133.
And here's your last chance to beat the other couples. Now, how much of the 133 you're going to go for?
Okay.
All or nothing.
All of it? What's the main ingredient of Vichy Sois? All right,
No,
Vichysoisse. Vichy Sois, where I came from.
Cream.
No, I'm sorry. It's potatoes.
Potatoes, yeah.
It's a cold potato soup that came from France. I'm sorry. Well, we'll give you another question. I'll give you one more question. If you get it right, you'll win $10. Think hard now. Who is buried in Grant's tomb? General Grant is right.
Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a schoolboy, Billy Lund, and his partner is a school teacher, Miss Joyce Williamson. And here they are. Folks, come in here and meet Groucho Marx.
Well, welcome, kids, to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you'll find around the house. Let's see, Miss Joyce, you say you're a school teacher, Miss Joyce Williamson, huh?
Yes, I am.
They've certainly streamlined their curriculum since I went to school. Billy Lund, eh?
Yes, sir.
There was a show in New York called Billy Budd. You're not related to that.
No.
Well, what do you think of this school teacher, Billy?
Nice.
Joyce, tell me, are you married?
No, I'm not. Kind of wish I were.
Doesn't
Well, that's the first proposal of the new year. Huh? Are you married, Billy?
No.
Well, things are going along just fine. Joyce, may I ask your age?
I'm 24.
24, huh? Well, you're a very young-looking 24. How old are you, Billy?
14.
14. Well, you're just the right age for each other. Billy, do you want to marry this lovely creature?
Oh, I'm too young.
Too young. What grade are you in?
9th.
You're not too young. When I was in the 9th grade, I was married and had 2 kids. And they both helped me with my homework. One of the kids turned out to be my teacher. The other kid turned out to be my son, Arthur, who's now so smart that he's written an article about me. It's in the October 5th Colliers. If he tells the truth about me, I'll sue him. No, that's true. Colliers, October 5th. Be sure and buy it. What is your hometown, Billy?
Rivera, California.
Where are you from, Joyce?
I'm from Pasadena.
Pasadena, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Is that, somebody told me that's where the old folks go to visit their parents?
Lovely town.
It is, huh? Where do you teach, Joyce?
Well, I teach in the Pasadena school system in Temple City Junior High.
I see. Where did you study to become a teacher?
Well, I got my general secondary at Whittier.
General secondary? What is that? Is that anything like a transfusion? What are you teaching now, Joyce?
Well, I teach algebra and geometry mainly.
Oh, foreign languages, eh? Is there a difference between algebra and geometry?
Well, yes, there is. Algebra is calculation using figures, and geometry uses lines and curves and surfaces.
Kiss me, you fool. You teach anything besides algebra and geometry, Joyce?
Well, I teach some arithmetic, and I'm also head of the math department there.
Just the head? Would you be interested in an old student body? That has been in the junk heap for lo these many years? Aren't you pretty young to be the head of a department, or have you got friends in the Pentagon building?
I'm afraid I have no friends.
You have one right now, Joyce.
No.
Well, how did you do it?
Well, to tell you the truth, it takes a lot of hard study and work, and, well, you follow some simple principles.
Mm-hmm. It's the kind of principle I had in school. Doesn't this simple principle ever follow you, Joyce?
You may be listening.
Now, Billy, it's been so long since Billy, that's right. I haven't been paying much attention to you, but on the other hand, you haven't been paying any attention to me either. Have you reconsidered about marrying Joyce?
No.
Do you have a job after school, Billy?
Yes.
He goes in for monosyllabic answers. Who do you work for?
The Angels.
The Angels? That sounds like interesting work, huh? What do you do, polish their harps and dust off the clouds?
Oh, I'm a bat boy.
Well, you look like a nice boy to me. What's the matter with you? What do you mean you're a bad boy?
A bat boy. I take
I thought you were going over into Abbott and Costello. Huh? The Angels have bats? I always thought bats were in the other place, way down below. Now, which Angels are you talking about?
Los Angeles Angels baseball team.
Well, they're certainly way down below, all right. I'd better be careful what I say. This kid will hit me with a bat. And I must say that's more than the Angels could do this season. What are your duties as a bad boy?
All right. Bring the fungo bats down.
What's that?
Bring the fungo bats down.
A fungo, eh? What's a fungo bat?
It's a bat, a long, skinny bat that they hit flies with.
Oh. Wouldn't a fly swatter be more efficacious? What else do you do?
Oh, I take the pitcher's jacket when he gets a base hit and shag flies and pick up bats and take balls to the umpire.
Well, you have a pretty full life, don't you, Billy, huh? And you still don't want to get married, huh?
Nope.
Well, is the pay pretty good on a job like that?
Yeah, it's nice.
How much do you get? Huh?
$2 a day.
$2 a day. What about double headers?
Still $2.
You're a sucker. You ought to sneak away after the first game. Joyce, let's get back to your job. Isn't it pretty dull teaching all day?
Oh, goodness, no, because school isn't what it used to be. We make a game of it now.
What kind of a game is it? Is it any good?
Well, to tell you the truth, it's one of the best kind. It's called Arithmocards. It's really one of the best.
What is it called?
Arithmocards.
Arithmocards. How do you play it, then?
Well, it can be played like any other card game, but the thing is you match cards of equal value in arithmetic, like 3 times 4 with any other card equaling 12, like 2 times 6. And it's used in the schools and is also available in the stores for home use all over the United States.
I see. Well, would you consider forgetting the whole thing and playing a hot game of post office? Well, Joyce, suppose you had a chowder head in your class like me. How would you handle it?
Well, whenever we have any problems, we usually spend a little time with them.
Well, you spend some time with me, Joyce, and you'll have plenty of problems. Well, it's been fun and educational talking to you two, particularly Billy here.
Thanks.
And I hope you'll be very happy in the long years to come. And remember to visit your DeSoto Plymouth dealer tomorrow if you want value in a new car, or a used car, or service on the car you've got now. Hope you paid attention to what I just said. All right, now let's play You Bet Your Life. You beat our other two couples, and you'll get a chance at the $1,000 question. I can't tell you how much you have to beat, but George Fenneman is going to remind our listeners.
The newlyweds went broke, so this couple has a clear field.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected uses of money. Here's your first question. How much will you bet?
10.
10. What is the money called that our government collects from our earnings each year?
Income tax.
Taxes.
Don't smile when you say that, George. All right, that's right. Now, how much money they got? $30.
$30, right.
Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. Now, how much of the 30 will you try?
20.
Okay, 20.
20. What is the money called that is paid for by a bank for the use of depositors' money?
Interest.
Interest is right.
Well, you people are climbing. You now have $50.
Here's your third question. How much of the $50 if I started thinking about the bank and that loan I have in my... I'm in all the pieces. How much of the $50 are you going to bet this time?
21?
40 or 30? What?
35.
Okay, we'll make it 35.
85. What is the money called that is paid to a club or an organization to which you belong?
Dues.
Dues is right.
You're on your way. You have $85.
And here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 85 are you going to risk?
Okay, 75.
75. What is the charge called when you must pay for what you must pay for crossing a bridge?
Toll.
A toll is right.
We did it.
Now give him a big kiss, guys.
Okay.
And what about me?
And besides all this, you wind up with $160.
Thanks from the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America.
Groucho, we invited some dog show judges to the program tonight, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Mr. Vincent Perry. His partner is a housewife from the audience, Mrs. Madeline Bonney. Folks, come in here and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you find around the house. Mm-hmm. I think the powers that be want you on this side, Mrs.
Seems that way.
Bonnie. I'll call you Madeline, huh?
I wish you would.
I used to play a Madeline years ago. Madeline. Yes, in the barber shops everywhere used to play Madeline and guitar. Where are you from, Madeline?
Indiana.
What part of Indiana are you from?
Elkhart.
Played Elkhart once.
Did you really?
Yes. They burned down the theater shortly after that. Mr. Perry, where are you from?
London, Canada.
London, Canada. Oh, you judge dog shows? Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Well, how do I address you? Your Honor, Judge, or just plain Fido?
Well, my friends call me Vin.
Well, what do the dogs call you? Are you married, Judge?
Yes.
Some judge gave himself a life sentence. How did you meet your wife, Judgey?
Why, when I was 21, I went to call on a lady who had a very wonderful show dog, and I tried to buy that dog from her, and I couldn't persuade her to part with the dog, but 6 years later, I was able to persuade her to part with her daughter.
Now, let me get this straight. You went to visit a woman who was 21 years old?
Oh, no. I was 21 years old, and she had a very lovely daughter. But I didn't know that until I went to get...
The dog was to marry the daughter?
No. The dog,
They threw in the dog when they threw in the daughter. Is that
They, I couldn't talk her out of the dog. I wasn't... But in 6 years, I learned how to be persuasive, and I did talk her out of her daughter, who was much more beautiful than the dog.
And what happened to the dog?
Oh, the dog lived happy ever after.
You mean the three of you?
That's right.
You got the
Pretty
dog?
soon it was four of us.
You mean the dog? Where did you go on your doggy moon? Mrs. Bonney, Madeline, how long have you been married?
I've been happily married for 21 years.
Mm-hmm. Where was your husband all that time?
With me.
Oh, I think that's very nice. Your husband is a lucky man. Eh?
Mm-hmm.
Is he here with you tonight?
No, he isn't.
Where is he?
He's in Vancouver, Canada.
In that case, he's luckier than I thought he. You know, there are a lot of beautiful girls in Vancouver. Doesn't that worry you, Madeline?
No, he's old enough to look out for himself.
Well, if he's that old, I can understand why it doesn't bother you. Madeline, what is your husband doing in Canada?
Well,
I won't bother to ask how he's doing.
He's in vaudeville doing what you used to do.
And you're still not worried? Mrs. Bonnie, with your husband away all the time, how do you occupy yourself? Do you have any hobbies?
Yes, I sell lint lifters.
Well, to each his own, I guess. All right, what's a lint lifter?
Don't you know what lint is?
Yes, it comes right around Easter, doesn't it? That's when you give up something. Last year I gave up chasing girls. It was hopeless anyhow. But what is a lint lifter, Madeline?
Well,
a strong man who lifts lints?
It's a roll of tape on a handle. You roll it over your clothes and takes off all your lint and your dust and loose hair, anything at all.
Loose hair, huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, what kind of hair will it pick up?
Oh, just any kind.
Well, I'd like to buy one. I want to pick up a blonde. Well, Judge, let's get back to you. Do you spend all your time judging dogs?
Well, I'm with Stanley Home Products, and I put on Stanley parties, and I have a lot of people that work for me.
What's a Stanley party? You all get steamed up? Or?
Oh, no.
Well, when you're judging a dog, what do you look for besides fleas? Let's say I'm a champion Boston Terrier. Now you judge me. I want to see how it's done.
Well, first of all, I look for your markings. Then I look for the length of your muzzle. And I look to see how your neck is arched and whether you have a hump on your back or whether your back is straight. And then I see how your legs are placed under you. And then I look for that wonderful, intelligent expression in your eyes that Boston Terriers have.
Well, I don't think it looks like I'm going to get any blue ribbons. But it wouldn't hurt you to throw me a bone, Judge. Well, it's been fun talking to you two, and now you're going to play You Bet Your Life. You beat our other couples, and you'll get a chance at the $1,000 question. I can't tell you how much you have to win, but George is going to remind our listeners.
The teacher and the Bat Boy won $160.
All right, here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected famous American women. Here's your first question. How much will you bet?
15.
15? Talk right up. All right. Now, who is America's sweetheart?
Mary Pickford.
Mary Pickford. So he's from Canada.
$35.
Now, remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. Now, how much of the $35 will you bet on this one?
20.
30.
Okay. 30? Okay.
30. What was the name of the woman who chopped up saloons with her hatchet?
Carrie Nation.
Carrie Nation is right.
You're really climbing. You have $65.
Remember, you're going for $1,000. How much of the...
65.
65. How much of the 65 will you bet?
40?
60.
60, he says.
60. What poetess wrote the Battle Hymn of the Republic?
Oh.
Put your heads together and think now. Take a
Harriet Beecher Stowe.
No, you were in the direction, but it was Julia Ward Howe. I'm sorry.
You've fallen to $5.
It's all right.
$5, all right. Now, how much are you going to bet?
5.
Shoot the works. Well. What was the name of the authoress who wrote Uncle Tom's Cabin?
Harriet Beecher Stowe.
Harriet Beecher Stowe. You were just one question away.
And you wind up with $10.
Well, I'm sorry you didn't win more, but better luck next time. And thanks from the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America.
And that means that the Bat Boy and the teacher with $160 in just 1 minute get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question. Friends, you've heard us say many times, no safer car was ever built than the beautiful new DeSoto. And there are lots of reasons why this is true. For example, safety rim wheels, one of the most remarkable safety features ever built into an automobile. Safety rim wheels are designed for your protection. Yes, for the protection of your family in case you have a blowout. Here's the story. On the ordinary wheel, a blown-out tire often comes off the rim, and that, of course, makes steering extremely difficult. But on DeSoto, it's different. In the event of a blowout, DeSoto's safety rim wheels with protective ridges hold the tire securely on the rim. This helps you maintain complete steering control. This helps you bring your DeSoto from practically any speed to a smooth, straight-line stop. If you've ever seen DeSoto's famous blowout test on television, then you've seen actual proof of what safety rim wheels can do. You've seen how, even after a deliberate blowout, DeSoto continues straight as an arrow right along the test highway. Now, isn't this the kind of car you'd like for your family? Is it any wonder we say, no safer car was ever built than the beautiful new DeSoto? Just remember, safety rim wheels are but one of the great features that make the new DeSoto a top car value. So see it tomorrow at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And drive it. It's a sure thing you'll decide on DeSoto. And here they are, the winning couple, the Bat Boy and the teacher, all set for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question.
Here we go for $1,000. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide out a single answer between you. Think carefully, and please no help from the audience. Here it is. One of the great jewels of the world is supposed to bring bad luck to its owners. It is now out of circulation until 1967 because of the will of its last owner, the late Evelyn Walsh McLean. What is the name of this fabulous gem? All right, what is the answer you two have decided upon?
The Welsh diamond.
No, it was the Hope Diamond. It was a very well-known diamond. I'm sorry. The correct answer is the Hope Diamond, so that means the big question next week will be worth $1,500. Well, you lost the big money, but you won how much in the quiz, George?
$160.
Well, that's not too bad for a Bat Boy and a school teacher. Congratulations, and thanks to both of you and to all of our contestants on the show tonight.
Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at the same time for the Groucho Marx Show, when the big question will be worth $1,500. And don't miss Groucho's television show, also presented by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. Two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation.
And when you drive in, tell them Groucho sent you. Good night, folks, and remember... just be sure to visit your DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Folks, here's a reminder from the National Safety Council. Pay heed to these walking rules. Obey signals, cross at corners, look before crossing. You Bet Your Life, transcribed from Hollywood, is produced by John Goodell, directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith, music by Jerry Fielding. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast. The secret word tonight is street. S-T-R-E-E-T.
Really?
You bet your life. The more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America present the best of Groucho. Yes, friends, it's a Groucho summertime. By popular demand from your letters, from rating histories, and the acclaim of critics, the DeSoto Plymouth dealers bring you selected shows from You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. Groucho Marx is on vacation, friends, and will return in the fall. Until then, it's fun and laughs each week this summer as we proudly present some of the best of Groucho's past shows. And here he is, the one, the only...
Why doesn't he give up? Oh, that's me! Well, here I am again with $1,500 for one of our couples tonight. The word tonight is street. Dave Street, I guess. Never mind that hollow laughter, Fenneman. George Fenneman, who's supposed to try for the big money? What dignity we have here, George Fenneman.
Well, we asked if there
You
were
mind
any...
if I call you Mr. Fenneman?
No, that's perfectly all right.
Okay. What about plain George?
I like that, too.
Isn't that a kind of a... Musicians use that now? They say,
George.
Boy, that's George.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Why do you stand there and give me answers like that if you don't know what's Well, I can say I'll get no knowledge here tonight.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
You know my attorney is out front, and I may take the whole thing up with him later.
We
may
asked...
slap a writ of Runch and Quanchum on you.
We asked if there were any young single people present tonight who'd like to get married someday if they found the right partner. Just before we went on the air, we selected Miss Isola Mitchell and Mr. Park Bryan.
You're making that up. There's nobody named Isola. You just made
You're going to meet her in just a second. Folks, come in here and meet Groucho Marx.
Well, land sakes, yes, there is, I guess. Well, welcome, kids, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Now, let's see. You two would like to get married. Is that right? If you found the right partner? Well, I'll see what I can do about it. Miss Mitchell, is that right?
Yeah.
Isola Mitchell? Isn't Isola something you use when you want to fry potatoes or something?
I hope not.
No. You don't think you could fry potatoes with that red hair and everything? Huh? I think you could. You look like a pretty hot dish to me, Miss Mitchell. What is the derivative of Isola? That's a kind of a curious name, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Indian.
Oh, you're an Indian?
A little bit.
Oh. Mr. Bryan, that's you?
Yes, sir.
Not William Jennings, huh?
Descendant.
Are you a descendant?
Yes.
Oh, well, you can get buried any place, sir. What is your hometown, Park Bryan?
In Kansas City, Missouri.
How old are you, Park?
23.
23. Would you like to go around the park once, Isola? How old are you, Isola?
19.
Well, you don't have to tell me exactly, just give me an idea. Do you have any particular reason for wanting to get married, Miss Mitchell?
Well, it's easier. It's easier life.
It's easier than what?
Working.
Easier than working?
Mm-hmm.
Are you laboring under the delusion that once you're married, your labors will cease?
Not exactly.
But you prefer that kind of work?
Yes.
Hanging over the back fence and talking it over with the neighbors? Huh? Well, I guess that's better than being pursued by the boss, although I'm not sure of that. Huh? Have you ever been pursued by the boss?
No.
You haven't? Well, you will before the evening is over. Huh? I happen to be the boss around here. What is... Bryant, Park, what is your excuse for toying with disaster? I assume you want to get married, too, huh?
Well, I think I'd find it cheaper than dating. Then I'd like to carry on a family strain.
Oh, well, you'll find that's quite a strain. In other words, you think you're ripe for marriage, is that so?
I hope so, sir.
What sort of man are you looking for, Isola? You're not interested in the good-looking debonair type, are you?
Oh, yes.
And why have you been ignoring me? Apparently your philosophy is, why take stale bread when there's cake around? Is that it? Let's find out something about you two, Park. What sort of work do you do?
Oh, I'm a male model.
You're a model? Oh, come now. Models are girls, aren't they?
Well, men model, too. We have shirt ads and overcoats and such things that are necessary to display for the public. And probably the only ones you've noticed are girls.
Why did you have to put the word probably in there? What is the percentage of men models to female models? I like to have certain figures at my fingertips.
I'd say about 25 women to every man model.
Well, do you think I could be a model?
Possibly.
Pretty guarded answer, isn't it? What kind of a model do you think I could be?
Well, there's the leading man.
Well, that sounds like my type. What are the specifications necessary for that?
Well, he wears a 38 to 40 coat, about a 15.5-inch collar, a 33-inch sleeve.
All right, now let's say I'm a leading man. Now, what other classes are there more and more in my line?
He was a man of distinction.
I'd be interested in hearing you describe a man of distinction. I mean, standing up.
A man that might go 18 holes of golf and then sip a mint julep. I suppose that might describe him.
Well, you're getting close, but I'm more the type who sips 18 mint juleps after one hole of golf. Well, what is there left for me that I could model? An ironing board?
The old fisherman type.
Could you let me have that again, please?
The old fisherman type of model.
The old fisherman type. You mean I'd have to pose as a can of salmon? Going upstream? What is the old fisherman type?
One that might have a weather-beaten face, a salty look about him.
I can't picture anybody who'd look like that. Can you? Can you, Isola? Isola. Don't leave me sitting here high and dry. Well, that's the story of my life. I start out yearning to be a leading man, and I wind up as an old fish. Are you showing any interest in Park?
Oh, yes, he's a nice boy.
Would you like a date so you could learn more about him?
Might be fun.
I'm sure it will. I'll meet you right after the show, and we'll go to some quiet spot and we'll discuss him, right? We can even go fishing. I'm the old fisherman type, you know. Tell me, have you ever kissed a mackerel? Well, I must say you make an enchanting couple, and I hope you're very happy together. Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to play your life. You bet your life for a chance at the $1,500 question. But first, pay close attention to this.
Remember the days when you had to get out and crank a car to get it started? Some work, wasn't it? Then along came the self-starter. It took all the work out of starting. And now DeSoto brings you another sensational development. Full power steering that takes the work out of steering. Think of it. DeSoto full power steering lets you turn the steering wheel with one finger, whether your car is in motion or standing still. It's as easy as dialing a phone. Parking becomes a cinch. Driving is easier and safer and less tiring. DeSoto full power steering is the greatest advance in driving ease and convenience since the self-starter. And your DeSoto Plymouth dealer wants you to try it by taking the 5-mile trial. Take the 5-mile trial and discover DeSoto full power steering from behind the wheel of either the mighty DeSoto Firedome 8 with the 160 horsepower Firedome V8 engine or the DeSoto PowerMaster 6. See your DeSoto Plymouth dealer tomorrow. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth, the low-priced car most like high-priced cars.
Now, let's see how well you work together as a team. George?
Yes, sir.
Would you mind explaining the rules to this young, love-happy couple?
All right. You bet as much of your $20 as you want on each of 4 questions, and the couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the $1,500 DeSoto Plymouth question later in the show.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected comic strip characters. Here's your first question. How much of the 20 will you try?
15.
15. Sam Ketchum is the assistant of what famous comic strip detective?
Dick Tracy.
Dick Tracy is right.
You're off to a good start. You have $35.
All right. Remember, you're going for $1,500 tonight. How much of the $35 will you bet on this one?
Well, we'll try 30.
30. Dinty Moore has been supplying his friend with corned beef and cabbage for years. What is his friend's name?
Jiggs.
Jiggs is right.
You now have $65.
Here's your third question. How much are you going to bet now?
60.
Little Beaver is the sidekick of what cowboy?
Red Rider.
Red Rider is right. I knew you'd know that.
Now you've climbed to $125.
All right, here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the $125 are you going to try?
120?
Yeah.
120. Wimpy is the hamburger-eating friend of what comic strip sailor?
Popeye.
Popeye is right.
And you wind up with a total of $245. Thank you.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
We invited some men from Las Vegas to the program tonight, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Mr. Clemens Powell. His partner is a young lady from our audience, Miss Susanna Stilts. Folks, come in here and meet Groucho Marx.
Well, welcome, folks, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Just step right over there, Miss Stilts. That's right. Miss Susanna Stilts, what kind of a name is that?
German, I reckon.
German, you reckon? Well, let's hear you reckon in German. I've never heard it. You say ein, zwei, drei, vier? No, nothing, huh? Well, that's a German name. May I ask your age, Susanna?
26.
And how tall are you, Miss Stilts?
5 feet.
5 feet, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Only 5 feet tall. You're the shortest Stilts I've ever seen. Are you married?
No, sir.
Why not? A cute-looking girl like you?
Wow.
5 foot all around? I didn't know why you're not married. Where are you from, Susanna?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville, huh? Mr. Powell, Clemens Powell, huh? That's
Yes,
a pretty fancy name, Clemens.
Yes, Thank you.
Where are you from originally?
Odessa, Russia.
Oh, that's not a Russian name, is it? Clemens Powell?
No.
You
it
sound
isn't.
like a watering resort in Michigan. Now, Mr. Fenneman says you're from Las Vegas, Mr. Powell. What do you do there?
I work at the Flamingo Hotel as a dice dealer, roulette, and blackjack.
Oh, well, are you a double dealer or just a... Let me get this straight now. You're an expert at dice, roulette, and blackjack?
That's right, sir.
I see. And if the dice and roulette don't work, you use a blackjack. Is that so? Susanna, is that the way they do it in Tennessee?
Well, I don't know. I don't gamble.
You don't? No wonder you're not married. That's a very pretty name, Susanna. It's kind of an old, real Southern name. You know, oh, Susanna, oh, don't you fly with me. I'll hear from ASCAP in the morning. What do your friends call you, Susie?
Tootsie.
Well, I'm not crazy about Tootsie. I'll just call you Seabiscuit, huh?
I go with that and everything but insurance.
Where do you work, Sue?
At the Permaflex Corporation.
Permaflex?
Permaflux.
Permaflux, huh? Just what is a Permaflux?
Well, it's where they make headsets and
Just
transformers.
Huh?
Transformers.
Oh, transformers. What is your job there, Susie? Tootsie?
I put spaghetti on the transformers, you know.
You put
The
spaghetti on a transformer?
Well, they're about
Is this
that
with
big.
cheese or do you just do it plain?
No, it's rubber.
Rubber spaghetti? Well, come on, explain this. This sounds a little preposterous.
Well,
Nobody goes around putting rubber on spaghetti.
The transformer's about that big and round, and it has 4 little wires. And you put the spaghetti on, 2 of them, and then you turn the top down. You're through with it.
Did you pick this up all by yourself, Susan? I must come and watch you sometime when you're really rolling. You know, I've always wanted to see Tootsie roll. Do you plan to make a career of this job, Toots?
Well, I'd like to have something that I could think a little more. Do a little more thinking, you know.
In other words, you'd like a job where you can use your noodle instead of your spaghetti, is that? Well, it's certainly been fun and educational talking to you two. And Susanna, if you ever go to Las Vegas, don't make the mistake of asking for a Southern Fried Flamingo, because they don't serve it there at all. Now, here's some more advice. When you want service, take your car to the man who knows best, your DeSoto Plymouth dealer. And now you're going to play You Bet Your Life. Don't go away, Susie, for a chance at the $1,500 question. This is Kind of small potatoes for you, Mr. Powell, isn't it? Now, all you got to do is run your $20 and more than our other couples. I can't tell you how much you have to win, but Mr. Fenneman is going to remind our listeners.
The girl and the male model won $245.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected college teams. Here's your first question. How much of the 20 will you bet?
15.
All right. What college team is known as the Indians?
Stanford.
That's pretty good for a Russian.
Off to a good start. You have $35.
I'll bet there's very few people in Odessa who would be able to guess that answer. All right. Remember, you're going for $1,500 tonight. Now, how much of the $35 will you bet this time?
30.
What college team is known as the Bruins?
UCLA College.
UCLA is right.
You now have $65.
65. Now, how much will you bet this time?
65.
We'll bet 60.
What college team is known as the Panthers?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh is right. I'm glad you got that.
You now have $125.
That's a lot of money outside of Las Vegas. Now, here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 125?
Bet it all.
All of it.
Bet it all.
All of it. What college team is known as the Wolverines?
Michigan.
Michigan is right.
Besides which, you have $250.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
We asked for volunteers with unusual occupations, and just before we went on the air, Mr. Tex Schultz was selected. His partner is a young housewife from the audience, Mrs. Julie Fisher. Folks, come in here and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Mrs. Julie Fisher.
Yes.
And Mr. Tex Schultz?
Yes, sir.
Where are you from, Tex?
Texas.
Whereabouts?
Sterling City.
Sterling City. Where are you from, Julie?
From Istanbul.
Istanbul? What part of Texas is that in?
Oh, Istanbul is in Turkey.
Really? They have turkeys down in Texas? I don't know. We played a turkey all through Texas the whole season. How'd you meet your husband, Julie?
I met him in Turkey.
You met him inside of a turkey? Were you the stuffing?
No, I met him in Turkey. I had my bathing suit, and I was swimming in the hotel.
You were swimming in the hotel?
Yes. No, the hotel was near the sea, and I was swimming over there. Then all the travelers...
You were swimming over the hotel? I don't understand.
I had my bathing suit, and I was swimming near the hotel.
And where was your bathing suit?
Over my body.
So you had it on?
Yes, I had.
So, here you were swimming around in your bathing suit, and what happened?
Then all the travelers came to have their breakfast. They were going...
What was that?
Travelers.
Travelers?
Yes, they were going to Pakistan. The plane stopped in Turkey, Istanbul. Then they had to come in the hotel to have their breakfast.
I see.
And they wanted to take our pictures. Some men...
Take your pictures?
Yes.
Oh, you weren't alone?
No, many girls. We were all Turkish girls. We were swimming. Then they came. They
No men swimming, just girls?
Oh, but the men working daytime, you know. It was daytime, about 3 o'clock. Then, sure, the girl was swimming. And when they swim with bathing suit, they wanted to take... Oh, don't you get it like that? I
can't. We don't seem to be making much progress with this story, eh? Well, there you are now. You were swimming around with a lot of girls, and all the men were working. It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And this plane stopped at Istanbul, and they all got off and went in the hotel. What happened?
Then they came down. They said, may I take your pictures? I said, okay, go ahead, take. And one came near me. He said, give me your address. I will send your pictures. I said, okay, I gave him.
What do you mean? You carry a fountain pen for writing underwater for autographs?
No.
You didn't happen to have a fountain pen with you?
He had his suit.
Oh, he
him.
had a suit on, huh?
Sure, he was not swimming. He just was going over Pakistan. The plane stopped here. Then, sure.
How far is Pakistan from the water where you were swimming?
Oh, but Istanbul, Pakistan is in Asia.
Oh, I see.
Then afterwards, 1 week later, I got a letter from here.
but not my pictures. He say, you my dream girl. I like you very much. I want to marry you. Oh, I was surprised. I was not expecting this kind of things. I found my girlfriend. She knew how to speak English. I said, can you answer this letter? She said, okay. Then we answered. We sent.
What did you write him?
The answer, I said, dear Bob. His name is Bob.
What was his first name?
His first name is...
This wasn't Bebop, was it?
Bob Fisher.
Oh, Bob Fisher.
Fisher,
Oh.
yes. Then I answered him. Was after a
Do you
month.
remember what you wrote him? I mean, the gist of this? I don't mean precisely. I mean approximately.
Oh, yes.
What?
I said, because he wrote me, you very lovely looking, many things. Then I said, you very handsome also. He was really handsome. He's
was?
still handsome, yes. Tall, dark hair.
Is he still standing by the water with a fountain pen waiting for you?
He wasn't in the water.
No, Well, what happened? Did you, are you going to get married or what?
Oh, yeah. He went to Pakistan. He wrote me about 8 months.
You certainly made a lot of trips to Pakistan. This guy was a traveling fool, huh?
No, we sent him once. You are bringing back him. He's working in the North Africa with government.
What doing?
Construction building.
Oh, I see.
Airport.
Oh, airport. And you say, where are you from, Tex?
Texas.
Texas. You're a garrulous fellow, isn't he? Huh? It's uncanny how I guess these things. What sort of work do you do, Tex?
I'm a yo-yo demonstrator.
Now, one story a night is enough of this sort, Tex. So what do you do? You say you're a yo-yo demonstrator? What is a yo-yo?
Well, a yo-yo is a piece of maple wood turned into a cylinder.
Yeah.
That's the yo-yo.
Well, how does a yo-yo operate?
Well, you tie the string on your middle finger, and you turn your hand up and to the point of your shoulder, and you throw it down.
Okay, I've got the yo-yo down. Now, how do I get it back up again?
A little jerk, and it comes up.
What's that?
I say a little jerk, and it comes up.
Oh, it takes two to play this game, huh? A big jerk and a little one. Julie, let's talk Turkey a little more. I don't think I've ever heard Turkish spoken, Julie. Would you mind saying a few words in Spanish?
Turkish.
In Turkish. Well, Turkish.
Okay, I can tell you. Birleşik Devletler fevkalade bir memleket.
Of course I'll kiss you. Do you really want me to kiss you?
Oh, I didn't say kiss me.
You didn't?
No, I said America is a wonderful country.
Oh, in that case, I'll kiss you in the name of Ethan Allen and the Green Mountain Boys of Fort Ticonderoga. Well, you make a lovely couple, and I've learned a lot about yo-yos and turkey, and that's what I'm going to have on Thanksgiving. A stuffed yo-yo. Now you're going to play You Bet Your Life for a chance at the $1,500 question. You run your $20 no more than the other couples. I can't tell you how much you have to win, but George is going to remind our listeners.
The young lady and the man from Las Vegas won $250.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected state capitals. Here's your first question. How much will you bet?
15.
Mm-hmm.
What is the capital of Arizona?
Phoenix.
Phoenix is right.
You're on your way already. You have $35.
You going to kiss him if he wins all the money?
Oh, yes.
Would you kiss him anyway?
If he won't win, no.
Remember, you're going for $1,500 tonight. How much of your $35 will you bet on your second question?
30.
Mm-hmm.
What is the capital of Arkansas?
Little Rock.
Little Rock is right.
You're on your way. You have $65.
Here's your third question. How much of the 65?
60.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. What is the capital of Georgia?
Atlanta.
Atlanta is right.
You're really climbing. You have $125.
Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much will you bet?
120.
120.
Okay.
120. All right. What is the capital of New York?
Albany.
Albany is right. Now give him a big hug and a kick in.
You wind up with $245. And that means the young lady and the man from Las Vegas with $250 get the chance in just one moment at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question. He lives in your community. He serves your community. And he's a good man to do business with. That describes your DeSoto Plymouth dealer. So if you're interested in a new car, he'll gladly show you the mighty DeSoto Fire Dome 8, the famous DeSoto Powermaster 6, and the exciting Plymouth. If you're looking for a real value in used cars, he has makes and models to fit every pocketbook. And anytime you want reliable care for your present car, remember, your DeSoto Plymouth dealer offers you the best service in town. Prompt, courteous, expert service at a price that's fair. So whatever your automotive needs, come in where you see the famous sign of better service, the friendly sign of a DeSoto Plymouth dealer. Here's the young lady and the man from Las Vegas, all set for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question, Groucho.
All right, now here we go for $1,500. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you. So think carefully, and please no help from the audience. Here it is. Ready? The first American spelling book was written in 1784 by a Connecticut Yankee. He also was the originator of the spelling bee. What is his name? What's the answer you two have decided upon?
Smith.
No, I'm sorry. The correct answer is Noah Webster. So that means the big question next week will be worth $2,000. Well, you lost the big money, but you won how much in the quiz?
$250 in the quiz.
Well, that's not too bad. Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America.
Thank you.
And to all of our contestants on the show tonight.
Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this same time for the Best of Groucho from the You Bet Your Life series. Don't miss the Best of Groucho on television, too. Also presented by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. Two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation.
And when you drive in, tell them Groucho sent you. Good night, folks, and remember, see the DeSoto Fire Dome 8 tomorrow.
Folks, here's a reminder from the National Safety Council. Don't stick your neck out in traffic. You Bet Your Life, transcribed from Hollywood, is produced by John Goodell, directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith, music by Jerry Fielding. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.
The only Well, here I am again with a chance for each of our couples to win $2,000. And there's even a chance somebody might leave here with $10,000. If any of our couples say the secret word, the duck will come down and pay him an extra $100. The word tonight is on.
A carrier at sea is the greatest show on earth. The ship, the stage. The crew, the players. versions all over the world.
Sue Lovelace and Kent Moore are waiting to talk to you now, Groucho. So, folks, you can please and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word, and you each get an extra $50. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Kent Moore and Sue Lovelace, eh? Sue, you're much too attractive to remain loveless. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you are. End the conversation. What does your husband do for a living?
He's a police officer.
Double end of conversation. How long have you been married to this policeman, Bad?
2 years. 3 years.
Don't you remember?
Well, it's confusing at times. We have 6 children.
You have 6 children?
Yes.
You said you know how to get the most out of your green stamps.
Well, it's very easy to explain.
Well, would you explain this mathematical phenomenon?
Yes. When we were married, my husband had 3 children, and I had 3. It made 6.
Oh. Sue, do the 6 kids keep you pretty busy?
Well, yes,
Or do you have much time for other hobbies?
Well, they keep me pretty busy, but I still have time to work. I'm a waitress over at the Red Barn in Panorama City.
Oh. Well, do you have to work?
Yes, I do. We ran up a pretty big bill last summer, and I've been trying to pay it off.
Oh? What happened?
It all started when Kenneth Sue woke up at about 4 o'clock in the morning with a tummy ache, and it turned out to be appendicitis.
This is one of your kids?
Yes, this is my oldest little girl.
Your oldest? How old is she?
She's almost 10. Mm-hmm. 9 days later, Carol Dean woke up, and she had a tummy ache, and it was appendicitis, too. And then 9 days after that, Esther got up, and she was sick, and it was appendicitis, too.
How old was Esther?
Well, she's almost 10, too.
10 to what? Well, how did the other 3 kids feel about it? Didn't they all feel kind of left out if they didn't have appendicitis?
Well, no, because 4 hours after Esther went into surgery, Judy was sick with the tummy ache, too, and she had hers out. And then the next night, Carol Mignon got real sick, and she went in and she had an appendectomy also.
5 out of 6 kids had their appendix out at the same time?
Yes.
I don't know what that doctor does for a living, but he sure makes a fortune on the side. Well, is this true? I mean, this sounds incredible, this whole thing.
Yes, it is.
Actually happened?
It actually happened.
Where was your husband? Was he much help during this crisis?
Well, he was fine until he went in for his appendectomy.
He had his out next?
Yes. We left the hospital around midnight, and he was back in the hospital at 4:20 the next morning.
Your family has had more opening nights than the whole history of the Theater Guild in New York. Well, is there any more to this story? And if there is, hurry up and finish it, because I'm getting a strange feeling in my stomach.
Well, Sunday afternoon, my babysitter came in, and she came to see if I needed her to babysit. Of course, I didn't, because everybody was in the hospital.
In the hospital, huh? That's a good idea, having all the kids there together. You save a buck for the evening, on a babysitter.
So, her boyfriend told me that she hadn't been feeling very well, and I called her parents, and I talked to them, and at 6 o'clock she was in for an appendectomy.
Well, then she could take care of the kids anyway.
Right.
How about the 6th kid? What's holding it up? Hasn't it got an appendix?
Well, she has one, and it's been a little rough on her because every time she gets a tummy ache, of course, she either goes to the hospital or to the doctor's office.
But it isn't an appendix.
No, she's
Shame.
different.
Have you spoken to her about this?
She's spoken to us about it.
I think she's got a right to complain. Now, let's get the figures straight. How many operations were involved, and how many days did they take?
Well, in our family, there were 6, and it took 21 days.
Well, did you ever find out what caused all these appendectomies?
No, it just all boiled down to freak coincidence.
You ought to write a book about your experiences. And don't put in anything in the first part of the book.
Right.
Tell the whole story at the end in the appendix. Can you imagine what would have happened to us if the secret word this week had been appendix? We'd have been wiped out. Well, let's find out your story. What kind of a job have you got, Mr. Moore?
I don't have a job. I'm in business for myself.
Well, what do you do? What is your racket? What is the profession are you in?
I'm a gasoline distributor. I have the franchise for Hancock Gasoline in the east end of the San Fernando Valley and La Cañada and around there.
Why do you keep raising the prices?
That's the raising the price of crude that does it. I have no control over it.
I see.
Unfortunately.
But you're not unwilling to raise it, no?
Oh, no.
Well, we're always interested in success stories. Let's have yours. What is your formula for success?
Well, that's pretty hard to explain.
Well, you don't have to explain it to me. I want you to explain it to the tax department. Well, go ahead and explain it.
First,
talk slow, because this is a very difficult cigar to light.
First, there are two kinds of people in the world.
Yeah. Live and dead. So far, we've got nothing.
I didn't mean that specifically. What I meant was there are two kinds of fellows who... one likes to work for himself. He likes to be in business for himself and be his own boss and take the gambles and the danger that goes with the private enterprise of his own. And then there are fellows who prefer to work for a corporation. And I don't deprecate that at all, but it isn't for me.
Well, did you know Private Enterprise? He was in the same regiment with me during the last...
No, I haven't had that pleasure.
No, he was quite a war hero. Well, do you do anything else besides make money?
Well, yes. I work with the associations. I'm president of the California Petroleum Marketers Council.
He looks like real money, this guy, doesn't he?
And for the period of 18 years, I have taught salesmanship at USC one night a week. And, of course, during the war, we missed a few semesters. Of course, we didn't have quite enough students, but aside from that, it's been 18 years.
Well, that's where Private Enterprise was there doing that. Well, how do you go about teaching salesmanship? What is the best technique? Do you use a club or a revolver? Or...
Well, no.
Innate persuasiveness.
No.
You tell them jokes or something?
Well, yes. What you try to do is to bring the academic and the practical and mix them together. And to sugarcoat the educational pill, you occasionally tell a...
Oh, this is a smoothie, this guy.
You occasionally tell a humorous, illustrative anecdote.
Well, could you give us an example of a humorous, illustrious anecdote?
Actually, that's university talk for jokes.
Yeah.
And
you don't like to use the right words for anything.
Well,
you have a whole series of sidesteppers that you use. Well, give us a joke, huh?
Well, it has to be apropos, and at the university we don't tell stories just to be funny, but we tell them so that they're apropos. Now, many fellows...
Who is apropos? Do you mean the poet? Do you mean...
Well, that's a French word, and I hope it means what I think it does.
Oh. I'm sure it doesn't, but let's get on with it.
One story that...
Edgar Allan apropos.
One story is about, go back, many salesmen are afraid to sell other salesmen, and they're afraid to sell sales managers. And when I'm talking about that, I bring in the story about the chap who had a hunting dog, and his name was Salesman, and a wonderful hunting dog. Whenever you go out with this hunting dog, you get birds. And one fellow reserved him for 3 seasons and always got birds, but the 4th season he came out, took this dog out, and didn't get anything. And he came back very irate to the owner, and he said, "The dog is no good. He's lazy. He just won't work." And the owner said, "I blame myself." He says, "I blame myself. You know, that dog's named Salesman, and he's been doing so good for so many seasons, I figured I'd give him a little raise in prestige and title, and so I began calling him Sales Manager. Now all he wants to do is sit around and bark at the other dog." Another one...
Is that the whole joke? No wonder you had such a small class of you. They were all willing to enlist. Well, I hate to break up this conversation. I'd like to hear a few more jokes, but the time has come to play your bet. How'd you like that joke? And Sue, who knows? Maybe you can win enough to treat all your customers to an appendectomy. Would you like that?
That would be real nice.
Okay. You selected general information. I'll ask you some questions. If you miss 2 in a row, you're out. If you get 4 in a row right, you win $1,000. Have you got your appendix?
I'm afraid I have.
Would you like it clipped? All right, here we go. General information is your category. You get 4 in a row right, you win $1,000. How often is the regular United States Census taken? Talk it over.
I don't know, do you? 10. I think. We think it's 10.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
And you have 1 right, 3 more right, and you'll have $1,000.
To what religious sect did William Penn belong?
You know, we think it's the Quaker.
Quaker Oats, that's right.
2 more right and you'll have $1,000.
What one word did Poe's Raven say?
We think nevermore.
Nevermore is right. Say, you're getting up in the world here.
You're almost there. The next one right and you'll have $1,000.
Foundations for the United Nations were laid in 1944 at a conference near Washington, D.C. What was the name of this conference?
Dumbarton Oak.
That's, oh, you're a smart guy. This fellow's right.
Corner roll right, you have $1,000.
Now, you won $1,000. You can keep it and quit, or you can come back later and try to win double your money. You may even get a chance at $10,000. Go over there and sit down. You sit on his lap and think it over. And thanks for being on the show.
$100 stamp-sized copies of your favorite photograph. Gum for sealing the cards, invitations, letters, albums, you name it. 100 photo stamps, only $3. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. It's easy. Just send your name, address, and $3 check or money order to Treasure Chest, Box 1312, San Juan. Picture you mail may be color or black and white, any size up to 5 by 7. Copies are black and white. That's Treasure Chest, P.O. Box 1312, San Juan, Puerto Rico, 00902. Delivery 2 to 3 weeks. Your original photo returned with shipment.
Mrs. Valentina Penberthy and Mr. Youp Wooters are waiting to talk to you,
Stop
Groucho.
yodeling, Fenneman.
I'm not sure of that either. So, folks, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word, and you take home an extra $100. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Let's see. Valentina Penberthy and Jupe Wooters. Is that the right way you pronounce it, Jupe?
Yope.
Yope.
Just Yope.
That's right. Give him enough Yope and he'll hang himself.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's Yope.
Yope, are you a cowboy?
No, I'm from Holland.
Couldn't you be a cowboy in Holland?
No, not easy. There aren't too many cows over there, I guess.
Now, you're Yope Penworthy, is that right?
No, Valentina Penworthy.
Oh, you're Oh, I see. Now I got it straight, then. Where are you from, Valentina?
From the southern France.
So, are you married? How long have you been married?
Quite a few years.
You don't want to say, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any children?
Two boys.
How old are these kids?
33 and 44.
Well, in that case, you've been married at least 45 years, huh? You've been married a long time. What system do you use to keep the partnership together?
Try to keep my husband healthy, first of all.
You try to keep him healthy?
When I cook, I never throw the vegetable waters away. They're full of vitamins and minerals. I just don't throw them away.
You keep the vegetable water and throw your husband away, is that it? Well, how does this keep your husband healthy? Do you put it in his bathtub and let him soak in the vegetable water?
No, I cook with that water. I use that water in my cooking because it has all the vitamins and the minerals. And I always start his meals with a big green salad.
You do? Well, in addition to hitting the old carrot water, do you do anything else to keep physically fit?
I like to take, I like very much fresh air, and I like to take deep breaths.
You like to breathe, huh?
Breathe.
Well, that's enough. Doesn't everybody... well, show us what you mean, Valentina.
Well, this is the way I breathe. I take time in breathing. I do.
Yeah. Well, we've got all night here, huh?
Can you do it that right? I take time in breathing.
You know, one more deep breath like that and you're liable to suck me right down your throat.
It won't be that sucky.
Well, Yope, let's get back to you. You say you're from Holland? Where exactly in Holland?
Well, I'm from Nunspeet. It was about this size.
You say you're Nunspeet or what?
Nunspeet.
Huh?
That size. You move to the Hague.
Oh, no. Let's start all over
again.
You say you're a Nunspeet and you move to the Hague. What sort of work do you do, Yope?
I'm a photographer.
You're a photographer?
Cartographer.
Cartographer? What is that? Is it something you put before the horse? No. You put the cartographer before the horse?
No, not in this case. They're map making.
You're map making?
Yeah, drawing maps.
What is a map? Is that what you call that stuff you find in the bottom of your pockets?
No, not that. Maybe
They
you
used to
drive
call
on
it
your car,
plug,
you know.
huh?
You drive on in your car, you know. When you're in the car.
You drive when you're in your car?
That's and then you can
put
drive
the
on
top
the
up,
map.
yeah.
Sure.
We're having quite a conversation. Now,
you get the point anyway.
Let's start all over again. What'd you say your name was? Now, what is map?
A map? I draw maps.
Oh,
So,
maps.
Maps.
Oh, maps.
That's how I pronounce it wrong. Maps. Okay.
Oh, maps.
Maps. All right.
You said map. I didn't know what you meant.
Well, a map in Dutch is something like that, you know. You get a map around your ears. Je slet met de vrees, je zei over hier. Je gaat de kop in je gezicht.
That's me. I wear I usually wear earmuffs when it's cold. Huh? I may put them on here tonight. Huh? Are you for Heirat, Joop?
For Heirat?
Yeah.
No. Oh, ja, voor Heirat.
Ja,
but not in that name.
Sehen Sie das nicht?
Ja.
Sind Sie gerade bei Deutschland, nicht?
Ja. Too close.
Ja, too close to Deutschland?
Yeah. So once in a while, eh?
Well, the western part or the eastern part where you're too close? Mein Großvater kommt vom Holland. Ja, kannst Plattdeutsch schnacken? Kannst du Plattdeutsch schnacken? No, but that's Low German Plattdeutsch. Verstehst du das nicht? Now, in Plattdeutsch, you say, like, Mother, when are we going to have lunch? In Plattdeutsch, you'd say, Morgen, frag me mittags. Verstehen Sie das, Joop? Ja, verstehen Sie. Ja, das ist Low German. Das ist right by the Holland border da.
No.
Yeah, we used to have a Holland border in our house once.
Yeah, but did you know what it is?
We had to throw them out. We only would pay $6 a week. Yeah, we threw him out right on his map. Now, let's understand. Are you Mrs. Joop?
No.
Well, you're not Mr. Joop. That's Mr. Joop. Well, Joop, have you and your wife had any exciting experiences since you've been in L.A., such as crossing the freeway on foot?
Well, we didn't cross only the freeway on foot. We crossed here this continent 3 times from coast to coast.
You crossed the continent from coast to coast?
3 times we were all by stumps. All hitchhiking.
And what, hitchhiking? You walked?
Yeah, we walked at least 600 miles from the 20,000.
You mean you traveled all over by thumb?
Yeah. From
those Dutch thumbs can do anything, you know.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Last one I heard about plugged up a dike.
Yeah, that's the whole story.
Is that true?
I haven't heard over here the first time in my life. Never heard it in Holland.
You never heard it in Holland?
No. Then let me read something in this.
It sounds pretty silly, doesn't it, huh? Well, you're a charming couple, and it's been an experience talking to you. However, the time has come for you to win some money. So let's get ready to play You Bet Your Life. You know how to play this game, huh?
Yes.
One answer between you.
I watch you always.
You do, huh? All right, you selected spelling. I'll keep giving you words to spell until you either get 4 in a row right or 2 in a row wrong. Now get together on a single answer. Ready? Spell the word alloy, meaning a combination of metals.
Alloy. A-L-L-O-Y.
Give me again.
A-L-L-O-Y.
That's right. Did you know that?
Yes. You have 1 right.
I figure if he knows it, anybody will know.
You have 1 right, 3 more right, and you'll have $1,000.
Spell the word appearance, like the way you look tonight.
A-P-P-E-A-R-A-N-C-E.
You're halfway to $1,000.
Spell the word saccharine, meaning sweet, sugary.
Saccharine.
Saccharine.
S-A-C-H-A-R-R-I-N-E.
No,
Wait a minute. Saccharine? Oh, you repeat the word, please. Please repeat.
Saccharine.
Saccharine. S-A-C-H-A. Saccharine.
I know, but you spelled it incorrectly, and we can't give you 2 chances at the same word. It isn't fair to Joop.
Okay.
Well, you're not off yet. You see, you only have 1 wrong. Don't get the next one wrong, however.
Just be calm. Spell the word. What's that? Saccharine. S-A-C-C-H-A-R-I-N-E. See, I know it because I have it in front of me. If I had it in back of me, I wouldn't know anything. Spell the word parallel, meaning to lie even everywhere.
Please repeat it.
Parallel.
Parallel. P-A-R-A-L-L-E-L. Parallel.
Again?
Carallel.
That's right. That's right.
All right, we're back on the right track now. 3 more right and you'll have $1,000.
Spell the word aquarium, where you keep fish.
Aquarium.
Absolutely right.
2 more right and you'll have $1,000.
Spell the word recollect, meaning to recall, remember.
RECOLLECT.
You have won the money.
No, you haven't.
No, you're pretty near one.
I'm sorry, but you only got 3 right. The next one is it.
Spell the word instrument like a violin.
Instrument. INSTRUMENT.
That is very good, and I'm glad you won. Oh, wait a minute. Yope, you did a wonderful job.
Yeah, thank you. I expected it.
You only won $1,000. Now, you can keep it and quit, or you can come back at the end of the show and try to double your money. You may even get a crack at $10,000. So go over there and sit down and think it over. No matter what decision you come to, thanks for being on the show.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Arrivederci.
Now, in just one moment, we'll find out if either or both of our couples will try for the big money. Groucho, both of our couples are going to try for the big money. So, once again tonight, we're going to have 2 big questions. First, here are Sue Lovelace and Kent Moore, all set to try for $2,000 or $10,000.
You decide to go for the big question. Remember, if you miss it, you wind up with a total of $500. Are you still going to go for the big money?
Yes.
One of you pick a number from 1 to 10. The other one spin the wheel. If any number besides the one you pick comes up, the question is worth $2,000. However, if your number comes up, this question is worth $10,000. And you, what number have you chosen? You say 4, you spin the wheel. Give it a spin. A real ladylike spin. Your number was 4 and it landed on 3, so this question's worth $2,000 if you win. Ready? A popular picture in many American homes is the horse fair. For $2,000, tell me the name of the French artist who painted this and numerous other popular studies of horses. Talk it over. What is the answer you've decided upon?
We'll guess on Picasso.
No, it's Rosa Bonheur. Bonheur. It's a very famous book. You've had it in school. I don't know whether you did. I'm sorry you missed it, but anyway, you wind up with $500. That isn't so bad. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And thanks for being with us, Mark.
Now, here are Valentina Penberthy and Yope Woolers, all set to take their chance on the big money. So come on back out here, folks.
Now, you've decided to go for the big question. Remember, if you miss it, you wind up with a total of $500. Are you still going to go for the big money?
No, I think so. We could try it anyway.
Now, one of you pick a number from 1 to 10, and the other one spin the wheel. If any number besides the one you pick comes up, this question is worth $2,000. However, if your number comes up, this question is worth $10,000. All right, now what number do you want? You say 9, you spin the wheel. Give it a good spin. Anyway. Your number was 9 and it landed on 5, so the question is worth $2,000 or $500 if you lose. The brilliant natural gifts of Alexander the Great were developed under the tutelage of a famous Greek philosopher. For $2,000, who was Alexander's great teacher? Talk it over. What is the answer you've decided on?
Sophocles.
No, you're close. It's Aristotle. Sorry you missed, but you wind up with $500. That isn't too bad. Congratulations, and thanks for being with us.